How's everybody doing? Mike and Marlo here, Elegant Limousines, Daytona Beach. And I wanted to throw together a video today to talk about a subject that probably hasn't been talked about enough. We got a call from somebody the other day that was looking for a price for transportation, and the first words out of their mouth was, we were going to take an Uber, but we thought we would call a limo service to see if it was cheaper. Now, being in the industry, that question just blows my mind, that somebody would actually think that a limo service would be cheaper than an Uber. But now that I've actually had a chance to really think about it, it's probably our fault that the potential client thinks that way, because we haven't taken the time to educate people on the difference. So that's what I want to do today. This is our office in Daytona Beach on Nova Road, where we house all of our vehicles. All of our maintenance is done here. Our office is run from here. So we have a huge overhead and we have a huge investment, okay? So your Uber driver doesn't. Your Uber driver is driving their personal vehicle. The only expenses they have is a $10 oil change, that they probably don't have any inspections on their vehicles or anything. And you're also getting somebody who's not a professionally trained chauffeur. Here we have professional trained chauffeurs who are background checked, drug tested, and go through extensive training to make sure that they do everything to make sure that your transportation is handled properly and professionally and safely. So I want to do a little walk around our facility so you can see exactly what's involved in running a professional transportation service. So this is the inside of our showroom where all of our vehicles are kept. Actually, I shouldn't say all of them. 90% of them, except for the bus that gets kept outside in the detail bay. And that's another thing that your Uber driver doesn't have. They don't have a detail bay. So we have a full detail bay where we're able to detail and sanitize the vehicles inside and out every time that they come and go. So that's back here. And I'll guarantee you that every vehicle gets fully sanitized and cleaned inside and out before and after every reservation. And there's so much more that goes into it other than just hopping in a car and going. So it really bothers me when somebody says, well, I thought Uber was going to be less expensive. Well, there's so much more to it. So over here, this is our maintenance bay. We do all of our own in-house maintenance. I've got all my tools here, all the equipment that we need to service air conditioners, to do brakes, suspension work, safety related stuff, just about anything. And today we're doing some maintenance. This is our 2018 Cadillac XTS. It's getting an oil change and a safety check and a tire rotation today. This is our Excursion SUV limousine. It's going to be doing a wedding on Saturday. So I'm going to service the air conditioner on it. That's what we're doing right now, just to make sure it's going to be perfect. All of our vehicles are parked with battery tenders on them. You see, that's why the hood's up. See, we've got battery tenders on it. That guarantees we don't have any dead battery problems. So there's a lot of behind the scenes that goes into what we do. So let's take a walk over here and see the rest of our facility. I think my wife's over here getting some stuff done. So this is where we take care of everything as far as glasses and stuff for the champagne glasses, rock glasses and stuff for the limos. Now, right now, because of COVID, we're not providing cups and glasses, but on a regular basis we would. This is our dishwasher here. You can see it's very nice, stainless steel. We use nothing but the best as far as cleaners are concerned. Then we do have a sealed cabinet over here that everything's kept in once it's been cleaned and the vehicles are ready to be restocked. So let's go over here and see the office. You can see the business end.
Oh,
Hi.
I was just yelling at you.
You were?
Yeah, I said I need a fan in here. My chief husband's been trying to fix my fan for months. It's on the honey-do list. And I'm menopausal. Sorry, folks, but I am. I'm going to be 50 pretty soon.
Okay, well, we'll get to that soon enough. So right now we're having a little discussion about why people think that Uber is cheaper than us. Remember that phone call you got the other day?
Yes.
Lady called and said, oh, well, I figured I'd call a limo service to see if you were going to be cheaper than Uber.
Yeah.
So
Well, I kindly explained to her the difference between Uber and a professional service. And Uber drivers, and they are drivers, may not have the qualifications, the proper background checks that we do for our chauffeurs. Also, they're going to show up in their personal vehicle that they run, everybody around in, and who knows what else, and if they're going to be cleaning it and properly insured and all that good stuff. So I kind of just explained that to her, that we have proper, professional chauffeurs that we background check, they do drug tests, and
So when the mother of the bride calls and says, you know what, I was thinking about getting an Uber for a getaway car for the bride and groom at the end of the night, just to
Right.
take them 5 miles up the road.
Right.
It's cheap. What kind of car is going to show up when they book an Uber? What are they going to expect?
It could be a Honda, it could be, some of them have nice cars, I will say that, but they're not chauffeured cars, they're not chauffeured vehicles. And I explained that to them, and you can't guarantee that you're going to go on an app at the end of the night and hope that there's an Uber driver around to come and get your daughter and her new groom to bring them to their honeymoon or whatever have you. No, you get a professional service, so you know they're going to be there on time.
So what can that same person expect if they reserve with a professional service like us?
A professional service, we're going to be there at the designated time, 15 minutes early. We're going to have the red carpet rolled out. We're going to have the just married flags on the vehicle. The vehicle inside is going to be sanitized, especially during these times. We're extremely picky with that stuff. We make sure that all of our clients are safe. It's going to be a professional chauffeur standing at attention waiting for them. They're not going to be in the front seat just sitting there. Get your own door there, woman. We don't do that. So it's a level of service that you should expect. And with that being said, it comes with costs. So Uber, chauffeured service. It depends what you're really looking for.
It's night and day.
It's not even apples and oranges. It's probably apples and pineapples.
Right, and you know what? I blame ourselves for not educating the public on what the difference is.
Well, this morning I did the same thing for a lady that goes up to Boston for treatment every 3 months. And she is used to New York pricing and Boston pricing, where cars were coming and going all over the place. So they charge $150 to do an airport trip. Well, we're 45 minutes from Palm Coast, so we're in Daytona, we're south. So to drive to Palm Coast, to bring her to Jacksonville, and then come back, you're looking at that vehicle being gone for 5 hours. So I kind of explained that to her, that we have a physical location, a showroom, an office that you can come to, that you can book your reservation, or we can do it for you. And there's costs involved with that. And she completely understood, and I said, our market is very small here. So our Daytona airport, which we're only 5 minutes away from, we have 6 flights a day. That's kind of a joke. So if we had, 100 trips a day, we could do them for $150 because we'd make them up in volume. But when you're doing 1 trip a day and the car's gone for 5 hours, I have to make $240, so I've got to pay a chauffeur $100.
Right, and if you break it down for an Uber driver, they're probably going to charge $110 for that trip.
Right.
That Uber driver is going to put $20 or $30 of that in his gas tank, be gone for 5 hours. So by the time he gets back here,
the Uber drivers don't look at the whole picture of your maintenance, your costs, if you have insurance, if you're doing it proper, and all that stuff. They think they're making big dollars. Well, when you break it down, even an airport trip for $240, if you only do a certain amount a month, you lose your ass.
Yeah,
so
and
you have to get that.
And that Uber driver doesn't realize they're going to have to pay 15% tax on what they just made.
Exactly. So I was very nice, and it took about 35 minutes on the phone with her, and we've never cut our clients off by having an hourglass on the table. So I explained everything to her, and she was very, very thankful. I referred her to our Palm Coast affiliate and said they might be able to help you with a better rate because they're closer, and they might have, chauffeurs that have the cars in that area. So it was a nice conversation, but you have to take your time and explain to people. If you just give them a price and hang up, they're going to be like, wow, that person was a jerk. Take your time. Say, well, this is the service that we provide, and this is the cost that, this is the rate that it is. And when they say, oh, wow, that's when you explain. Say, well, if you have a minute, let me allow to explain to you a little bit about operating costs here and properly being insured and all that good stuff.
So there you go. There's a lot that goes into it.
There's so much that goes into it.
And this is our main office. This is where the boss sits.
Right now, I feel like the walls are closing in on me. I've got to do something with some of my decorations and our thank you cards on the walls. All these award things which we are blessed to have. I'm very, very thankful. But I'd like to do something different so I don't feel like it's all over the place.
Time for a little post-spring cleaning.
Yes. Bye.
Bye. All right, folks. I hope some of this information helps you make an educated decision next time you need transportation. Please keep in mind, there is a very big difference between Uber and a professionally run service, especially a professionally run service that's done the correct way. I mean, there's guys out there that go out and buy limos and park them in their driveway and like to call themselves limo companies. And kudos to those guys too, because it's a lot of hard work to do it from home. But in my opinion, I think that this is the way that it should be done. All right. Well, if you guys have any questions, you know where to find us. Elegant Limousines, Daytona Beach. Thanks for watching.